Hi guys, thanks for clicking on this video. This is my first ever vlog and I'm wanting to share and also log what I'm busy experiencing. Throughout this video I'm going to discuss firstly my symptoms and a brief history of my current conditions, and also, although the title gives it away, what I suspect the issue to be and also why. So I had a recurring pinched nerve always on my right side. I decided to get it treated, hoping to find some sort of a root cause. About 4 weeks ago, I was in the middle of this, having it treated, when I suddenly started experiencing this shooting pain in my right shoulder. It lasted about 5 to 7 days, but during this period, while at the gym, I also noticed some serious weakness while doing a bench press. So I decided to take some rest and recovery period. Once the pain had subsided, I returned to the gym and discovered that the weakness was still there. So I spoke to my physiotherapist, who said that I just needed to rest up, something I wasn't really happy about. So I went and got a second opinion from another physio, and he mentioned that it could quite possibly be nerve related. The second physiotherapist also suggested trying to engage the muscle so as to keep that nerve active. So for about a week, I tried to lightly engage the muscles and also isolated exactly which muscles were suffering the weakness. The pec, lower lat, and most prominently my tricep. So while I was away traveling last week, I was doing some exercises the physio had recommended in front of the mirror and noticed that my right arm appeared small, much smaller than my left arm actually. So here you can see, again, left arm normal size and right arm just a little bit smaller there. After measuring, I confirmed my right arm, which was normally slightly fuller as it is my preferred arm, only 36.5 centimeters or 14.17 inches while flaccid, and 38.5 centimeters or 15.15 inches while flexing. My left arm, on the other hand, is 38.5 centimeters without flexing and 41 centimeters or 16.14 inches while flexing. My right pec also seems somewhat deflated. It was at this point I started scouring the internet for terms such as muscle atrophy and muscle wastage, together with triceps and pecs. So I came across a thread at physiobob.com, for which I will leave a link below. So here we can see on PhysioBob's forum, user by the name of Wackaday, back in January of 2009, posted very similar issues that he was experiencing. This guy must have been really strong. He was saying that his bench press was a regular 160 kilograms, but was reduced down to a mere 100 kilograms. Good for him. And he was saying his left tricep and left pectoral muscle are visibly smaller, softer, and wasting. So this forum has a few people contributing to it, and eventually somebody chimes in with some knowledgeable advice and uses this term right here. It's Parsonage-Turner Syndrome. Searching for the term Parsonage-Turner Syndrome led me to this page here, which is provided by the National Organization for Rare Disorders. It discusses some of the other names for Parsonage-Turner Syndrome, and Brachial Neuritis seems to be one of the other more common names for this disorder. It goes on to state that Parsonage-Turner Syndrome is an uncommon neurological disorder characterized by rapid onset of severe pain in the shoulder and arm. This acute phase may last for a few hours to a few weeks and is followed by wasting and weakness of the muscles in the affected areas. PTS involves mainly the brachial plexus, the network of nerves that extend from the spine through the neck into each armpit and down the arms. These nerves control movements and sensations in the shoulders, arms, elbows, hands, and wrists. The exact cause of PTS is unknown, but is believed to be caused by abnormality of the immune system.
The severity of the disorder can vary widely from one individual to another, due in part to the specific nerves involved. Affected individuals may recover without treatment, meaning that strength returns to the affected muscles and pain goes away. So there's a few other caveats that it lists, and it goes into great depth about statistics and so on, and there's quite a few other websites that provide just as in-depth and some even more in-depth information.
So further research into various forums and so on has shown some statistics which I've gathered, and they seem to align with myself and who I am. So it's most common in men, most often occurs between the age of 20 to 60, most often occurs in the preferred arm. I am right-handed. There's no loss or record of loss of sensation typically, and it's also most commonly found in people who do sport, who do lifting, who do gym or whatever, because they're using their body and they will notice a difference between sides. The studies I looked at also suggested that it can take between 6 months and 2 years to mostly recover. All of the studies were very vague about 100% recovery and durations or any 100% successful recoveries altogether. The guy in the physio bob thread goes on to report that he recovered back to 140 kilogram bench press, but never reported getting back to his full 160. But this doesn't necessarily mean that he never got there. He might not have reported it. Final point about the studies is that there seems to be evidence that the recovery time has a correlation with the duration that the intense pain was experienced in the first stage. So that puts me in just below the average duration of pain being experienced, and therefore hopefully at a mostly recovered state in less than 12 months. To be fair, there was no mention in any of these studies of the patients being of an athletic type. In fact, from the pictures I saw, they seemed very typical or people who do not work out, play sports, or any sort of active people. Anyway, I guess I want to vlog my journey through this recovery for a few reasons. Firstly, I feel like something has kind of been taken away from me. I loved going to the gym. I went most days. I used to go in the morning, fit it around my work. So I want something to sort of fill that. I also feel that there could be something for viewers to learn from this, to learn from me, see how I recover, things I try, things that work for me, things that may not work for me. And finally, vlogging it could help me to stay motivated with my recovery, tracking my progress. It'll give me a bit of a purpose in my recovery process as well. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope to have some more content out soon. And in the future, I guess I see this becoming something where I can provide some weekly updates. I can show some videos that demonstrate differences between my left side and my right side, showing the progression as my right side starts to recover a little bit. So yeah, do stay tuned for more.